Since ancient times, fish have been associated with fertility, and there are stories of Native Americans helping early pilgrims by telling them to bury fish near their corn crop to help bring nutrients to the soil. At Aqua Ranch, Miles Harston has a new approach to using fish in food production.
I've been growing fish since '85, and I started experimenting with aquaponics in '92. We started at this location about 5 years ago. Aqua Ranch is where we do aquaponic growing of food. We grow tilapia here, and then we use the aquaculture water to grow plants. So in other words, we feed the fish feed the plants, and the plant roots clean up the water for the fish. This particular setup is organic farming, but it is actually a higher tech organic farming. So we try to get the most production out of the least amount of ground, the least amount of space. In these grow beds we have about 10 inches of water, and the roots just freely go down right into the water. They get all the nutrients.
So they're not in soil, they don't need to be in soil?
No. We start them in a little bit of soil. This is called a net pot right here.
Huh.
So we start them in the soil.
How do they not get flooded or drowned?
Certain plants do well just having all the water you want to give them.
And so what are the benefits of growing produce with the fish waste as fertilizer as opposed to in the ground or with synthetic fertilizers?
One benefit is that we don't have to discard that fish waste into the environment. The average salmon farm today puts enough raw manure, raw sewage into the environment to equal a town of 65,000 people. And they do absolutely nothing to clean it up.
And they could be using this as food for plants.
They could be. Concentrated fish waste is basically concentrated sewer. It becomes a pollutant. We're able to use it as a commodity. In nature, there is no waste. Every waste product, it becomes a benefit for another event that happens in nature. And that's what we try to do here.
So on the produce side, you can control all the inputs. You have very, in a sense, pure and fresh ingredients that are going into it. And that gives a great taste, but you're also selling the tilapia that you're using.
That's right. We don't have any exposure to the farm runoff, heavy metals. We're not doing any of the genetic manipulation of the fish, which they're now doing. And then we don't do the hormonal manipulation. And very often in traditionally raised fish, they're using hormones to stimulate growth. And then they also do what's called the sex reverse process. In tilapia, the males grow faster, so they change the females to male, and that makes them then grow faster. So that's why we spawn the fish ourselves, so that we can ensure that there's no hormonal manipulation done. If I do anything to the plants, it'll affect the fish. And if I do anything to the fish, it'll affect the plants. And so I have to keep a balance